To hear how much money that's coming in is heartbreaking, because my grandma has a home on the reservation and there's no insulation in her house. And here you have this millionaire making money off of us. And we're here begging for help. All of the things that were created for us, we don't benefit from. All of this money that you see, we don't benefit a single dime from any of that. Why do we have to suffer? Why do our elders have to not have health care? Why is our people struggling when we could be millionaires, you know?
My personal opinion is that they all need to be taken out.
We've been exposing this 8A contractor fraud, and every step of the way, we learn the rabbit hole keeps getting deeper. For those of you who have followed along, I appreciate it. For those who are just getting up to speed, here's a quick overview of what the 8A contractor fraud is and what we've uncovered. This 8A program is the SBA, that's Small Business Administration Initiative, that helps small business owners and controlled by socially and economically disadvantaged individuals to develop and grow. Now, to be eligible, a business must be 51% owned and controlled by U.S. citizens who are socially and economically disadvantaged.
We just want to get government contracts. So we need the Native Americans' ownership to be able to obtain that.
So we may have to be like 51%.
We went to California and met with Susanville Indian Rancheria, the tribe Firmadge Crutchfield and ATI used to defraud the American taxpayer, and we heard how they were impacted by this scheme. I do want to address one thing real quick before I do that, before I take you to those videos. Before we play the interviews, I want to say a word about the tribe members. We used an image in one of our previous videos that featured their ancestors, and I want to make it clear that the tribe members and their ancestors are not to blame in this. They're not they are the victims, not the villains. But in using that image taken off the website, it might have come across that the tribe was somehow involved. That is not our intention. And if it was taken that way by anyone there, I want to sincerely apologize. They have come to us with these tips. We have insiders in California recording, and they are more upset than anybody because, in their words, they've been exploited. On November 1st, during the tribe's general council meeting that was last week, our undercover journalists were there and followed up with tribal members expressing gratitude for the expose. Interviews captured raw reactions from elders, and you may just learn a thing or two about how these reservations work and the system. Our undercover journalist also sat down with tribal members and expressed their deep frustrations, feeling of exploitation, and a sense of being rented Indians.
So we're rented Indians.
Yes and no. I should say yes and no. Majority, yes.
These are their words, to enrich non-tribal outsiders.
Do you know what the meeting is?
Some of our members stole $500 million and give the elders or the kids money for coats.
Really?
So we've gotten, 7 figures, from our companies.
That's pretty good. 7 figures is good.
Yeah.
It's a good return for not doing anything.
I was told with the video with area chairman, I found out that day, right before Tuesday's meeting.
So what I'm saying is,
But what
are
I'm
you
saying
going to
moving
solve it?
forward,
They just have ripped us off. They need to be in jail. And they can't find one of the guys, and he's got access to have $1 billion. Where's he at? He should be at this meeting.
Who's that?
The little Lowry, one of the Lowry family. The whole Lowry family's been ripping off all this time. So we gotta
Interesting.
get them out of there. Go back to Washington, D.C. and bid on fictitious Indian companies that don't exist. They get extra money for that.
Really?
It's all a facade.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be more interesting when they go to jail.
You heard that right. These people are actually calling for the same thing that you're calling for, which is, I want these people to be arrested. Who's going to be held accountable? All a facade. It would be more interesting, they're responding to my cameraman, it should be more interesting when they go to jail. We also have a clip. We were able to meet with tribal members on November 1st. In the wake of these videos, we will also be able to find the Emergency General Council meeting. And I want to make it clear, these tribal members were completely in the dark. They did not know anything about these businesses. When they hear these big numbers being tossed around, they're not receiving any share of it. And they suffered. And they're watching white guys become millionaires.
What kind of money came towards our tribe? Who benefited from this money? I haven't seen anything come our way to help us.
We saw Arian freely speaking about how he's basically just being a shell company for these big corporations, or for this gentleman, what's his name, Crutchfield, and how he wasn't even someone who was part of our tribe, but he's making money off of us.
They found someone they could bend over and they use him.
These pass-through companies that they've created, we as a tribal membership knew nothing about until the O'Keefe investigation opened up.
I've asked them in a few meetings, you know, are you ignorant or what? You can't run our business. Why do we have these people? Now look what's going on. We want to get rid of it.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not dumb people. We don't need outsiders running our business.
It's not benefiting the people anyway.
We're not getting nothing out of it. I want to break away from SIRCO. We do not need them. We don't need Doyle Laurie and his, how many companies has he developed? It's humiliating that townspeople are saying ugly things about us. Like we're involved in mafia. I mean, come on. The ones that are on these other boards, they need to be prosecuted for what they did, including our chairman.
And Arian was just playing dumb and just wanted to be like, well, I didn't know, and this is a big scheme, O'Keefe's a scheme, and it's the internet hoax.
If it's wrong, then it's wrong, and we're going to do what we have to do. If it comes out that this is a bunch of misinformation and it's all right, then we're going to have to make those tough decisions.
The idea that this media group has decided that they're trying to create some white horse that's coming in to save the day about SBA administration or things like that, it's absolutely an attack on tribal government and Alaska Native participation in federal contracting.
He's trying to gaslight us into thinking that this is a takedown of tribes and our sovereignty, when in reality they're taking our sovereignty and selling it. To hear how much money that's coming in is heartbreaking, because my grandma has a home on the reservation and there's no insulation in her house.
This woman, you can't even afford insulation, and we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars.
They're making money off of us, and we're here begging for help. All of the things that were created for us, we don't benefit from. All of this money that you see, we don't benefit a single dime from any of that. Why do we have to suffer? Why do our elders have to not have health care? Why is our people struggling when we could be millionaires? If you go up past on the tribe, there's a new building that's being built for the health center. Going back again, that project actually doesn't help our people. It just is almost like a pass-through to throw money at. So you would think that 4 tribes would be in charge of that construction because they're a construction company, correct? But there's a construction company, they have their sign with their logo on there. And someone told them to go and make a line through our area behind our houses where there's artifacts. They also bulldozed a tree that I grew up with. And I saw the tree laying there. And maybe it was because I've had so much connection to this tree in my family. I felt like that's what Arian and them are doing, because they have no connection to this place. And they're willing to sell it out to make something easier for some other people. And so with that, I feel like we need to have a voice, and mine's shaky right now, but I feel like, it's time for us to wake up and to not be complacent anymore. It's time for us to be the people that, our ancestors called us to be, because my grandpa was a lone survivor of a massacre. And that same blood that's in him is in me too. And I want to make sure that when I leave this earth, that I want to make sure that it is good for my nieces and my nephews. And the fact that they're trying to steal that from us makes me really angry.
Throughout the course of these interviews, we unknowingly discovered that the tribal members were previously voiceless. And they thanked our journalist often for providing them a platform to tell their stories.
Like, please help us. Please give us a voice. Help us to, take down those people that are trying to do us wrong, because we don't know what that looks like. We don't know what tomorrow looks like.
I was up all night praying and stuff. What do we do here now? What do we do? Because we know our tribal lawyer is only going to work for the TBC. They're not hearing us. And today, he didn't hear us. Nobody heard us, what we were saying. So we need somebody who's going to help us. Which way do we as tribal people that have been molested by these people, who do we turn to help us in this situation? We don't want it swept under the carpet. We don't want it to just go away. We want some action. I want something done about this. That's how I feel.
And again, there are people who say that we should not have these programs at all. But maybe you're one of the people who say, no, we should have an 8A minority disadvantaged small business program. If you think that there should be these programs, then these programs should help these people. Don't you agree?
What is your price? Because if your price is not your life, then you are for sale.